morning. Good morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Five percent compatibility with someone, that's fucking take it.
You look when he was VP to now. You look when he
wrote in 2016 when he was comparing.
Adam Buckler is, Harry Littman is, Boston Bryan is, etc. I thought I had seen the Blue Angels somewhere. Not at George, but I thought it. Guys, come and running. When someone says that we're good. Here I am. Well, thank you, Nick Rich, for being here. I do appreciate you so much for always doing things.
Yeah, it's quite weird.
What was weird was him joking.
It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you ever seen. Watch your mouth. He's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream.
There we go. All right. I guess the mic is on. Like I said, no glitches here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let me just get the show up and running here on my iPad. And looks like we're running. We're up and running. We're up and going. Let me get to all chats here, all messages, so I can start saying hello. Hello, Fancy's here. Good to see Fancy. Midas Kevin Anderson's here. MJ Daniel. Good to see MJ Daniel. Michael McAndrews. Good morning to you. Roxanne Armfield is here. Roxanne's saying hello to everybody. MJ, I guess I'll turn off the Humble Pie I was listening to for a while. Yeah, give Humble Pie a rest. While we go on here, let's see. Alaraja's here. Good to see Alaraja. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Butterflies are free is here. Gino Maynard, thanks for stopping in here at the old driver's lounge. It is 11:10 a.m. in the Pacific time zone. And here in Las Vegas, it is currently 99 degrees. So we haven't hit the century mark yet, but it's supposed to get a high of like 100 This is 107. I thought they said it was going to be 110 today, but I'll take 107 over 110. Nick Rich is here, like number 14. Reminding everyone to hit that like button. Let's see. And Gerald Moraine is here. All right, guys, so thanks for being here. Thanks so much for joining me. I think most of us were over in the House Parks chat. So now we're going to hang out over here for a while. Let's see if I can move this in a little bit. Just a tad, just a touch. All right. So, yeah, we're over there. So we can continue the conversations over here, or we can start new ones. Let's see. I did ask in the chat over there, what should I talk about? I just saw 3 responses. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I was starting to set up for this deal here. See, someone said, talk about the Olympics. Unfortunately, I've only watched the Olympics on Monday and Tuesday night because I was pretty much off that night driving, and then the rest of the week I've been driving Uber, so I really can't watch the Olympics unless unless I catch a clip, of it here and there or whatever. So I'm missing out on some great, from what it sounds like, I'm missing out on some the great sort of, I guess, drama of the Olympics. Unfortunately, I think Michael McAndrews said talk about whatever you want, and somebody else said there was a third person who said something else. I forget now. So anyhow, I guess we'll just wing it, like I always do. We'll just wing it, and I'll let you guys. You guys always sort of steer the conversation, which is always good. Butterflies Are Free says that has anyone watched Walter Masterson? He trolls MAGA in real life. Walter Masterson, that doesn't sound familiar, that name. I wonder if I've seen him and I just didn't know who he was, or, who his name was. I don't know. But I like those kind of things, like what's the guy from the Daily Show? He kind of does that. And then, was it Luke Beasley? He kind of does that. And it's not really trolling, but he just goes and, they just ask the questions, just, and they get their honest responses. Hey, Teresa's here, TAK. Good to see you, Teresa. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge as we just sort of kick it here on this Saturday morning. I hope everyone is doing okay. Hope this Saturday finds you well. Now, this morning, maybe I was confused, but there was a news report that Trump had agreed to debate Kamala Harris. And then, apparently, but I guess maybe he's backing out of the one that was already scheduled for September 10th, I think it is. And that's like an ABC one. And apparently he's backing out of that one still. And he wants to do another one, like with Fox News and with a bunch of, where he can just load up the audience with all of his maggots and stuff. So I thought it was pretty good, though. The Harris campaign came out with this, and they're saying basically, we have an agreement for September 10th, and we're going to be there whether you're there, whether or not you show up. And ABC has already said, yeah, we'll cover whoever shows up. So if Kamala Harris shows up by herself, they're still going to give her that, however, would they probably blocked out 2 hours or something. And I've always thought that that's the best strategy to take. I think the Harris campaign is probably listening to my show, because I've said this all along, even back when Biden was running, and there was talks of, before that first debate, there was even talks of Trump not showing up. He was even chicken then. And I remember just saying, well, if Trump doesn't show up, Biden should still show up, and he'll get a whole 2 hours of just him with no interruptions, prime time coverage, where he can just say what all the stuff he wants to say without worrying about Trump. And the Harris campaign, they've listened to me. And that's what they're doing now. They're saying, hey, we're going to be there on September 10th at ABC with or without you. And I think that's brilliant. That's the same thing I think with Meet the Press. You know, because people are always, especially when Todd, what's his face, was there, people were always complaining that it was too many softball questions. He didn't push back. He didn't fact check. Especially like the Republicans. And then the response was, well, if we do that, they won't show up. To which I replied, then don't, so what? Boo fuckity who if they don't show up. Let the Democrats show up and then the Democrats will get the whole show to themselves. And then the Republicans will very quickly learn we better get back on that show. And they'll be willing to take some hardball questions. They'll be willing to take some pushback. They'll be willing to take some fact checking, because that's better than not showing up at all and giving the Democrats the entire show just to themselves. See how that works? That's how that works. And so I applaud the Harris campaign for listening to Trucker John and following my advice. Free of charge. Consider that a campaign contribution. Okay. Anyhow, Stephen Sayers, women boxing women. That's the way it should be. Apparently, MAGA thinks that there's someone who's not a woman fighting women. But to which I say, who cares what MAGA thinks? The Olympics are running their Olympics. They run it the way they see fit. They have testing. They drug test everybody. They test for testosterone levels and all that kind of shit. So, I mean, of course, there should always be oversight. You know, I'm not saying we should just blindly believe everything. You know, there should certainly be oversight and all that kind of stuff. But I trust that the Olympics are running it okay. I mean, I'm a little hesitant in that. I think just thinking in the past, but it seems like they've caught cheaters, especially when you're talking about like steroids and stuff like that. I think they would catch if someone was a different gender and trying to participate in sport. They test for testosterone levels. So that means even if, and now this boxer is not, she's a cis girl, cis woman, right? But even if it was a trans woman, I believe trans women can participate, but they have to have really low testosterone levels, right? That's what they test for. But I haven't really watched any of that drama. I haven't watched any of it since Tuesday. So the last thing I saw was basically U.S. women's gymnastics taking gold for that. Was like a team event, right? I've missed a lot of stuff. I've missed the swimming. I think track has started. But I gotta do what I gotta do. Because these are in Uber in Vegas. I mean, you could go out any day really of the week, any time, and you make good money. But the best money is basically like Friday night and Saturday night. So, anywho, Michael McAndrews, some get freaked out over M&Ms. M&Ms are like my favorite candy, and of all colors. I don't have a particular favorite color because they all taste the same, basically. But yeah, M&Ms is like my favorite, followed by Hershey's milk chocolate. And I know a lot of people they poo-poo Hershey's. They say it's crap, that European chocolate is so much better, and blah, 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 blah. Fuck that shit. I'm a Hershey's milk chocolate kind of guy. I'll eat me a Hershey's milk chocolate candy bar every day, all day. I don't. It's been a long time since I had one, but I'm just saying. MJ Daniel says, I thought the MAGA imbeciles were boycotting the Olympics because of the opening ceremonies. Yeah, why are they even watching? I thought they were out. I thought right there they left. So what the fuck do they know about the boxing and all that shit? You're right, MJ. What the fuck? Make up your minds, MAGA. Are you gonna watch? Are you in or are you out? Make up your fucking mind. MAGA. I'm gonna move this in and closer, not because I want a closer shot of me, but because I'm trying to block the damn backlight out, but it doesn't seem to be working. Oh, you know what? That's because I'm going the wrong direction. Actually, it should be way back there. That's where it should be. Wow, look at that. But I'm out of the green screen. All right, that totally fucked up everything. Let's see here. Oh no. One of these days, I will have it all together. Come on, I'm almost there. Almost there. A little more. Just a little bit more. Maybe a little this way. Is that too much? All right, I guess we'll just keep it right there. All righty. Hey, Tim Nelson's here. Hey, Tim, good to see you, one of our Tims. Jolie's in the house. Jolie's just made it to the driver's lounge. Reminding everyone to please like, subscribe, and share. Hey, guys, we are well over 2,000 subscriptions now. Thank you so much. We're at like 2007. And we just keep growing and growing. And it's because of you guys. You guys are sharing the show out. You're liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. So thanks for making us in the 2,000 club. And you know, I know we see some people that have 100,000 or 500,000 subscribers and all that kind of stuff. But 2,000 is kind of a big deal. At least for me, it is. Anyhow. Alrighty then. Butterflies for Free says, I love M&M's too. Yeah, I love M&M's. M&M's, like I said, M&M's and Hershey milk chocolate. My two favorites. Steve says, are you bouncing? Well, I was trying to move my camera. I was trying to move the stand that the phone's on. And I was just anyhow. Let's see. Teresa says, TJ, love your t-shirt, Springsteen. I'm a Bruce Springsteen fan. Yeah, I got this a few months ago when I saw Springsteen in concert right here in Vegas. It was a great show. It was a great show. Butterflies are free. Did you ever have popcorn with peanut butter? Yeah, oh, yeah. When I go to the movie theater, a lot of times I'll have a thing of M&M's and I just dump it right into the popcorn. Hedge Enemies here. Hey, Hedge. Good to see you. I'm glad they're bringing the trash back to Trump and calling him on his bullshit. Yeah, just don't let him get away with it, man. Don't let him get away with it. You know, Kamala Harris, she ain't playing. She ain't playing, man. Nick Rich numbers, ... We got 37 watching, only 30 thumbs up, so I think we've got some slackers. Come on, hit that thumbs up, everybody. Azolda Zinn is in the driver's lounge. Azolda says, butterflies are free. I haven't, but it sounds like the perfect movie snack. And the thing is, it's really easy to smuggle in M&M's. You know? Don't buy the M&M's there. They'll charge you like $5 for a little thing of M&M's. You know, go to the store, buy your M&M's. You know, it's not like smuggling in a Hershey's milk chocolate. You can do it, but you got to be careful it doesn't get melted. The M&M's are kind of hard to melt. I mean, you can, I'm sure, but you know, they got that protective shell, so a little harder to get them to melt. But yeah, sneak in your M&M's. You know, go ahead and splurge for the popcorn. I know it's expensive, but splurge on the popcorn. And I usually splurge for a Coke. I'm like, hey, I'm here to have a good time, so I'll pay. God damn it, what do the Cokes cost, man? They're outrageously priced, but I don't know, like $10 for a Coke or something. But you know, I kind of splurge for that. But I'll sneak in some M&Ms, or I'll sneak in some candy. Sometimes I'll sneak in a water bottle because I like to have water, you know, instead of Coke. But you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Michael McAndrews, I love popcorn and M&Ms, but I have diverticulitis. I don't, and I can't eat popcorn anymore. Bummer. Thanks for targeted antibiotics. Wow. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know what that is, but it sucks. You can't eat popcorn. Teresa says, I like M&Ms both regular and peanut. I like peanut. I like the peanut ones. I like mainly the regular ones, but I like the peanut. See, I like. I'm not sure they still carry them anymore, but they had the mixed bag where it had regular chocolate, you know, milk chocolate, peanut, and it had the ones that had like peanut butter inside, right? I think, right? And I love that combo. That's my favorite one, but I think they may have discontinued that because I haven't seen it lately in the stores. But that's my favorite bag to get, is that combo bag where it's got milk chocolate, the peanuts, and the peanut butter. It's awesome. Steve Sayre says, old white guy voting for Kamala. Me too. I'm in the old white guy camp for Kamala. See, I keep saying it because when you look at the name, it looks like Kamala. That's why. If you're looking at the name when you're saying her name, it looks like Kamala. And so don't fucking crucify me if I'm not intentionally trying to mispronounce her name, okay? I know it's Kamala, but when you look at it, it looks like Kamala to me. Maybe that's why I say Nevada and not Nevada. Hey, I live in Nevada. See, Nevada, believe me, other than some of the billionaires that live here, or billionaire owners that own some of the casinos, other than that, Nevada is really, it's too uppity sounding to say Nevada. We're not very uppity here, if you know what I mean, in Nevada. That's why it's Nevada and not Nevada. Oh my goodness. I believe it's tea time here in Nevada. Michael McAndrews says it doesn't matter how you say Kamala's name. I don't know. I guess Mish is here. I guess I missed that in the chat. So hello, Mish. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Apparently, it doesn't matter how you say it or you spell it, Michael. Teresa says, Steve Sayers, my daughter loves brownies. I love brownies too. I would like brownie M&Ms. Yeah, just like, you know, they make those like chocolate chip cookies that have M&Ms in them. You know? I've seen those. Hey, CN is here all the way from the Netherlands. Hi, peeps. And TJ still got fam from another town, so have a nice chat. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi, and hope you left us a thumbs up and all that good stuff. You know, we'll catch you later. We'll catch you on the flip-flop side. Nick Ridge, calm a lot with Kamala. But when Kamala visits Nevada, which she is, she has a planned, I don't know if you call it a rally. It seems like rallies are like a Trump thing. But she has a planned event here coming up pretty soon. I should try to go to that. If I can. Cian says, well, late could be at Hal and he had problems, so I was waiting for a long time. Well, Cian, I don't know if you saw it, but Hal did get the show going again, and he got another stream going. Butterflies are free, says Michael. My brother had diverticulitis and found a doctor who removed the bad part of his colon, and he hasn't had a problem since then. It's very painful. Yeah. Jill Moran, Ely, Nevada is a beautiful place. Is that where you're at, Gerald? Are you up there, or you just visited there? I've basically driven through Ely through Interstate 80, as a truck driver, just on the interstate and stopping there, just real close to the interstate. I haven't really ventured into the town too much. Butterflies are free. Michael McAndrews, yep, butterflies. During an exam, I told them I had pain, and they found it. Thanks to antibiotics, I'm good now. Okay now. So yeah, that's good. If you could take care of that problem without getting surgery, that's a great thing. Hey, Paul Sharkey Manning, the English Cowboys here. Even AJ and the truck. I think I meant TJ. I'll edit. Even TJ and the truckers. It's getting nasty over here in the UK with far right fascists stoking up hatred towards immigrants, but it's the UK Indians and Pakistanis who are being attacked. Thumbs down and love. Yeah, and that's what. I mean, you would know better than me, Paul Sharkey Mannion, but that's been going on for quite a while now. That hatred towards the immigrants. They've been doing that for a while now. And it's just like, they're just like what we have over here with MAGA, And the right-wing nationalists, nationalists. I'm going to learn how to speak one day, and it will be a joyous occasion. Anyhow, butterfly was free, Michael. I meant the diverticulitis was very painful. Yeah. Teresa said, I cannot watch Hal on Saturdays anymore due to I have important things to do that needs to be done. Sorry. Well, yeah, like I said, you got to do what you got to do. We all got stuff to do. So you just do whatever you can, I guess. Nick Rich 56 says, Hal's connection with WCPT never stopped, just on the web. Right. Yeah, it was his YouTube, his live streaming stuff that went kaput. But he did get it going after about, 10 minutes or so? He got, or 15 minutes? He got another stream going. Michael McAndrews, oops, butterflies, I meant, not butterfiles. The butterfiles. Dane keyboard. Oh yeah, blame it on the keyboard, Michael. Gerald Moraine, narrow gauge train. Okay. Sounds like a non sequitur to me. Narrow gauge train. Michael McAndrews, I knew what you meant, butterflies. Let's see. Butterflies are free says, Kamala is putting Trump out like a cigarette. He sings the same old songs and they're out of tune. Many of his own are waking up. Yeah, finally, yeah. I do agree with that. I think he's losing support. He's boring his own people to death. Because he's a broken record. It's just the same old thing. And I understand, okay, he's read Mein Kampf, probably, might be the only book he's ever read. And he's read speeches of Hitler, and he knows, and he's probably familiar with the saying that was from the Germans, from the Nazis, like, if you repeat a lie enough, it becomes the truth, or whatever, all those type of things. And he lives by that. But I don't know if the Nazis even had in mind that you repeat something so much. I mean, there should be some point where you got to kind of, change it up a little bit, or at least maybe the same lie, but with a different presentation or something. Because I think even MAGA are kind of getting tired of him. And that's a good sign for us, not a good sign for Donald. Alvin Stube, hello. Good to see Alvin's in the chat room over here. As Old as Zen says, butterflies are free. Let's hope it sticks. And he goes down in November. I believe he is. I think he's going to get his ass kicked in November. I believe this might end up being the biggest ass kicking, biggest blowout maybe in the history of U.S. presidential elections. You know, I mean, in the popular vote, he lost by 3 million votes to Hillary. In 2020, he lost by, I'll just say 8 million. I don't know why the number keeps changing. Some people say 7 something million something. Some people say 8.3 million, whatever. But okay, whatever. He lost by, he more than doubled the deficit, the vote deficit from 2016 to 2020 in the popular vote. I don't see that shrinking anytime soon. That difference in popular votes between him and now Harris, right? And with the momentum she's got, in July they raised over $300 million, and she wasn't even, the candidate, presidential candidate, until like halfway through the month, right? And they raised $310 million, I believe. So the enthusiasm for Kamala Harris has been unprecedented. And so if Joe Biden, who supposedly was in his basement and, not campaigning, and he beat Trump by 8 million votes, just think what Kamala Harris is going to beat him by. Now, before, when Joe was still running, I at one point I said, I think Joe might beat him by 20 million this time. And then I sort of revised it, and I was like, okay, maybe not 20 million, but at least bigger than the 8 million that he beat him the first time. And it's certainly not, that number wasn't going to shrink, I didn't think. And now that Kamala's in there, I mean, she might beat him by 20 million votes. I don't know. It's going to be a shellacking. It's going to be a shellacking, guys. We just got to make sure we vote and we show up. Make sure your registration is all up to date. Vote.org. Check it out. Make sure you're registered and good to go. Michael McAndrews, I had a monarch laying eggs on my milkweeds the other day. I'm watching for caterpillars. That sounds like fun. 56 Nick Rich says, Von Schützenpants has nothing to offer anyone but a full diaper load. Yes, that's all he has. He got dirty diaper. Paul Sharkey Mannion says, sorry, TJ. Yes, but since the terrible murders of 3 young girls on Monday, with the help of Nigel Farage taking crap, it's a lot worse. Yeah, well, that's horrible. That is horrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Jeremy says he's going to lose badly on November alone. Right. There's just so many things. November, this really enthusiasm for Harris. And then just losing support. It might not be so much that we're gaining support, which our side is, but he's losing support. And so a lot of the people that are falling away, they just won't vote at all. A lot of the maggots and a lot of Republicans who can't vote. There are Republicans, non-MAGA Republicans, old school Republicans, who are going to say, okay, I've had enough of Trump. And a lot of them just won't vote. But some of them are crossing over to vote for Kamala Harris. For Kamala, who's coming to Nevada. I think within the next couple of weeks. I believe she's going to be speaking in Nevada. Hey, Big Hook. The Big Canuck. says that these people who say Kamala isn't qualified, ask them this. I believe there should be a semicolon or a colon there. Anyhow, if you were on the airplane, would you want a pilot with over a decade of experience or an old man who claims he can do it without evidence? I'll take the one with the experience. Roxanne Arfields, here's Roxanne says, I'm very sorry to hear that, Paul Sharkey Mannion. Yeah, that's pretty horrible. Not only the murder of the 3 girls, of course, that's horrible. And it's just the whole right-wing hatred is on top of that. You know, I mean, that's whether it's in England, whether it's in the U.S., wherever it's at, it's horrible, and it really shouldn't be tolerated. Michael McAndrew says, yes, Roxanne, we bring the caterpillars to the old folks' home my wife works at, and they watch them turn into cocoons and then hatch. That reminds me of, funny how things are full circle, right? Because that reminds me, I think we used to do that in like first grade or something. We had little caterpillar thingies and watched them turn into cocoons and stuff. Nick Ridge, don't forget the sectional relations with a couch. Who could forget? Nick. Lest we forget. I wonder if when Trump goes to prison, well, as far as I know, he's not the couch fucker, but he might take it up. I was gonna say, I wonder if he can get conjugal visits with a couch, you know. But poor couches. I feel sorry for the couches of the world. Whenever Vance is around, and you never know what Trump might do. Paul Sharkey Mannion says Trump's son was on the BBC today and made a complete fool of himself. Thumbs up. Couldn't answer any questions and barefaced lying. Like father, like son. And he's given that guy a thumbs down. Thumbs down on Don Jr. And the rest, I can't really, other than pride. I don't know what's between the thumbs down and the pride. I don't know what that is. USA, England, love. Michael McAndrews, we must protect our couches. Yes. Protect your couches. Wrap them up with cellophane or whatever. Butterflies are free. Says, when Kamala wins, I'm worried about another J6. I'm sure the military is preparing for possibility pre-2020. But here's the difference, and I've said this before. Trump is not in power this time. Okay, Joe is. And so they're not going to let anything happen. And if it does, they'll put that down real quick. I have complete confidence. Now, there might be things that break out in other parts of the country. There might be some... So that's the scary thing. There might be some, I don't know, Timothy McVeigh's out there or whatever. And there might be some pockets of violence that break out. And that's scary because you just never know if you might get caught up in that. But it's not going to, in the overall scheme of things, it's not going to amount to a hill of beans, in my opinion. It'll be put down and quashed really quickly. But that might not be any consolation to, they might kill a few people here and there. And that's pretty awful for the people that get killed and for their families, right? That's horrible. Just like those 3 girls in Britain, that's horrible. But it's the overall results, and it's not going to result in a civil war. I don't believe it's not going to result in, certainly not in overturning the government or in not certifying the election. Because if they don't certify the election, then I think Joe Biden would still be president, unless it goes to Mikey Johnson. But anyhow, it's not going to work. like I say, they might get violent and some people might get hurt, and that's horrible and unfortunate. But in the overall scheme of things, it's not going to amount to a hill of beans, in my opinion. Hey, Diane Capobianco's here. Good to see Diane. Thanks for being here. Billy Kid 73 is here. Greetings to Billy Kid 73. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here. Midas Kevin Anderson's here. He says, at Michael McAndrews, I just thought of something funny. Put mutation on a couch, and when JD comes in to get some, the couch whacks him. JD is like, what happened? What is mutation? I mean, I know there's mutation. You're talking about like really make like a mutation? Anyhow, whatever. Tom Bias is here. Tom Bias says, maybe the maggots will burn their own cities down. I don't know. But Tom, thanks for being here. I don't know if I've seen you in here before. So welcome to the Driver's Lounge. And like I tell all our new people, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I even tell the old people that. But thanks for being here and hanging out with us. I don't think they're going to even be able to burn down a city. They might burn down an auto parts store or something, or a Wendy's, but I don't think they'll be able to even burn down a whole city. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. As old as Zen said, I can forgive the couch humping more than childless cat ladies. Whatever, sticks, I guess. Jolie, any trolls been around? I haven't seen any, really. No Mike H, no Chad, no Rando with a weird name, talking about weird. Parky Shannon, the good thing is the decent people coming out to oppose these nasty people. Thumbs down at me, his second asshole. Butterflies are free, says that Jolie. I love that. They land on me all the time. Never saw a purple one, though. I bet it was beautiful. Wow. A purple butterfly? Michael McAndrews, I love watching the good people stand up for themselves and all of us. Big Hook says DEI, Don Jr., Eric, and Ivanka. Right. Talk about unqualified grifters who got a job unfairly. Tom Bias, thank you. Thank you, Tom, for being here. Diane Capobianco says, hi, good to see you too. Got some errands to do quick. Got a tropical storm. Debbie, coming here to Florida. Yeah, stock up on some supplies and hunker down. Hope stay safe. All that good stuff. Jolie says, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. We got two people in here. When I see Roxanne, of course, I think of Roxanne from the Police. And then Butterflies Are Free. It's like the Elton John song. Don't let the sun go down on me or whatever, right? Or, is that the one it was from? Butterflies are free. Hey, there's Joe. I'm trying to think. Joe Obama Kamala Bot 2K. But that's a good one. Joe Obama Kamala Bot 2K is here. Thank you for being here. Don't think I've seen that name before. You may have been here before under another name, maybe, but I've never seen that one. It says, picking pounds of blueberries in my yard, listening to TJL. Hard to do since my city is burning down from BLM and Antifa. Ouch. Yeah, be careful out there, Joe Obama Kamala Bot 2K. Yeah, be careful. Watch your back. Watch your six. Get those blueberries in. But yeah, be careful. All those Those horrible groups burning down the cities. And thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and you're a member. Thanks for the memberships. We do have memberships available. We got super chats, super stickers. We got memberships, all that good stuff. Help the show keep on growing. Tom Bias says, I think that if Kamala picks Joe Manchin, oh, come on, as VP, they could take the independent. No, fuck. Please. For one thing, Joe Manchin is just about as old as Joe Biden. And the whole thing was about getting younger, right? Number two, he's not even a Democrat anymore, I don't think. Well, or didn't he become an independent or something? Or maybe he's still a Democrat, but he was going to run as an independent or some horse shit with the No Labels group. Look, Tom, they don't need Joe Manchin to get the independents. The independents are already leaning towards Kamala Harris. They were leaning towards Joe Biden. And now they're really super leaning towards Kamala Harris. They don't need Joe fucking Manchin. It's ridiculous. And I don't mean to put you down, but it's because it's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But I hear people say, "Why not?" What was the other one? Like, I don't know. They just dig these names out, and it's kind of ridiculous. Look, it's gonna be the names that we've been hearing. It's gonna be either Mark Kelly, or Andy Beshear, or Shapiro, or Tom Walz. Those are the top four. It's going to be one of those four. Okay, it's going to be someone who is a good Democrat and who can help bring a substantial amount of votes their way. Joe Manchin isn't going to bring any votes because no one gives a fuck about Joe Manchin. He's an old has-been who did just enough to keep the Democratic seat in a ruby red state. So for that, we can give him some credit because he's going to leave the Senate, and that's going to flip to a red seat. So that's the only reason why we should ever miss Joe Manchin is because we're going to lose that seat. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about Joe Manchin, and he certainly doesn't deserve to be a heartbeat away from the presidency. No way. No way, no how. And I know, Kamala Harris is young, and the odds of her, not finishing out her term due to, death or health risk or something is probably minimal. But you just never know. Right? Hey, Nick Rich has gifted a membership. Thank you so much. And butterflies are free. Got it. And that is random, by the way. That's not, when you... Somebody can't beat an astronaut. I think Mark Kelly, he's a good pick. I wasn't really all excited like a lot of people are just because he's an astronaut. Well, how about a fireman? Should we get a fireman in there too? I mean, he's an astronaut. Okay, nice, good for him. I know we love astronauts. We love space. Does it mean he's a good? And I'm sure he would be a great vice president. He's not my number one pick. My number one pick is Andy Beshear's. Diane Cuppy Bianco says, no, Joe Manchin. He blocked the voting rights bill in the Senate and another good bill. Yeah, it was between him and Sinema they blocked a lot of shit. But, well, see, that's the thing. I know he had to do some shit because he was in, West Virginia or whatever the fuck. And so you're not going to be a Bernie Sanders in West Virginia, right? Or Virginia, one of those Virginias, whatever. But still, when it comes down to something like that, a big important bill that the Democrats really want to get through, you kind of have to, fall on your sword or whatever. You're every now and then you've got to, you can't appease the right wingers in your state every single time. If you're a Democrat, you're going to have to sometimes take a chance and go against the right wingers there. And he wasn't willing to do that. Instead, he just wanted to be a a stick in the mud, I guess. But if life was for free, I want Pete Bashir or Shapiro, my three. Oh yeah, Pete Buttigieg. I like Pete Buttigieg a lot too. I think he would be a really good vice president. But I guess I kind of forget about him because I don't really think he's in the mix here. But I could be wrong. I think he might get moved up to Secretary of State. With the new administration, Andy Blinken will probably step down. They usually do when new presidents get in. They usually they'll put their own people in or whatever. So it's not anything against Blinken or whatever. But I think I can see Buttigieg as Secretary of State. But I can also see him as a vice president. He would be very good. But I don't think he's gonna. I think it's gonna be Bashir or Shapiro. But it could, and with Mark Kelly being sort of the dark horse, I guess. Are we buffering? Michael says he sees buffering. I don't see any, but Paul Sharky says it seems to me that whenever Trump talks to the media, he loses votes. He really can't get out of the hole he's created. Yeah, every time he opens that big pie hole of his. Hey, here's Rob 4419. Hi everyone, happy Saturday and lots of good smiles. Hey Rob 4419, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Thanks for coming into the driver's lounge. We got John Papazon. Roll on. I do drive a big rig. Well, there you go. Hey man, stay safe out there on the road, John. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up. Zolda Zin says, didn't he also vote against raising the minimum wage like Sinema? I believe so. Between him and Sinema, they were sort of a team there, blocking supposed Democrats that were blocking really important Democratic legislation. And like I said, I can understand some of that to an extent, especially for Manchin since he was in such a red state. Not so much Sinema because I think Arizona was pretty purple. But and she's just a sellout. Manchin's a sellout too, but he didn't have to be such an obstructionist like that because he was already in. And I think he already knew he wasn't going to run again, anyhow. So what did he have to lose? Big Hook says Manchin's a POS, and for those of you that don't know, that means piece of shit. The Build Back Better legislation was only agreed with concessions, and they had to break that thing up, right? His daughter did the EpiPen double scam. And shut down the pharmaceutical company and gave it overseas for money. Yeah, they're just like vulture capitalists, price gougers, all that shit. They either own or have or are on the boards of like coal industry and stuff like that. So yeah, but like I said. But my thinking was maybe that's the only kind of Democrat you can get in that state. It would have to be a Joe Manchin type. You're not going to get a Bernie Sanders down there. And then there was a guy that was running. I guess he's still running, the Democrat. And he was on Nicole Sandler's show. This is like 6 months ago, maybe. I don't know. And the guy seemed really good. And I remember at first sort of breaking his balls a little bit because he was like, kind of like a Second Amendment kind of thing, going on, you know what I mean? And my first response was like, "Fuck this guy, man! He's just a Republican, He's a dino, or whatever." But then I realized, oh wait a minute, this is fucking West Virginia, you know, and he's if he has any hopes of getting elected there as a Democrat, he's got to be on board with all that 2A shit, you know, to some extent. You know, you got to run differently in different states, in different areas. It can't all be AOCs and Bernies. I know a lot of us, we wish that every single legislator and every single senator or whatever was an AOC or a Bernie Sanders. But that ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen in West Virginia. It's not going to happen in Missouri, you know, whatever. There's this places where it ain't going to happen. So you're going to have sort of a Joe Manchin type in order, if you have any hopes of getting that seat. That's just the way it works, folks. Michael McAndrews, I trust Kamala. I do too. I trust her. Rob4419 says, right, Manchin, they all pop up after they create problems. Well, Manchin's been around a long time. I mean, he was even governor of the state, wasn't he, at one point? He was governor, I think, as a Democrat. So that says a lot, I think, about his ability to get elected as a Democrat in a red state, as governor or as a senator. That it shows that he's politically savvy and he knows how to play the game, but also how much of it is playing the game, and he truly is, you know, more Republican than he is Democrat, because we see the guy's got a yacht and all this kind of stuff, and he makes millions of dollars from fossil fuel industry and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, he's out. He's not running for re-election, and it's probably going to be a Republican that's going to take his seat. That's the main thing. So we're going to lose that seat, and as we know, and you know, why I say vote blue no matter who is because those numbers are what determine who runs that chamber of Congress, whether it's the House of Representatives or the Senate. The majority party rules those chambers of Congress. And that's why it's important to vote blue all through. There you go. Maybe I'll just start saying that from now on. Just vote blue all through. Tom Bias, it gets worse with Jim Justice in Manchin's seat. Oh, so Jim Justice is he the Republican that's probably going to win, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. Mish is saying hi. Nick Rich says it's top of the hour. That was 4 minutes ago, so I guess, apparently. Midas Kevin says Mish is cute. Oh, there's Klato Bratonitko JD Vance. Just throwing out a name. JD Vance. Are you saying JD Vance should be the vice president? He is. Yeah. Nick Rich says all the ladies here are gorgeous. At Midas Kevin Anderson. Thumbs up. Sparkle. I guess. I don't know. Steve Sayre says, how long ago was bad built bleach blonde bitch body? You mean when Jasmine, what's Jasmine's last name? When she said that? Wasn't that like 2 or 3 months ago? Something like that? I'm just noticing how wrinkled my shirt is. Like, I need to fix myself. I don't know if that worked or not. Maybe a little better. Oh, that's a little better. Anyhow, Steve Sayers, who's running against Lake? Gallegos, Ruben Gallegos. Send some money to Ruben Gallegos in Arizona. He's got to beat that bitch. You got to beat that bitch. I know I shouldn't say that. People say I'm misogynistic or whatever. But come on, let's face it. Carrie Lake's a fucking bitch. Ruben Gallegos, all the way. Go to his campaign, give him $5, $10, $20, whatever. And the polls are pretty close. I think he might be leading, but it's really super close. And I don't know why is it always so fucking close? Why would even I guess it is party loyalty, right? That's like just as like me. I say vote blue all the way through, but at least our blues for the most part are pretty decent people. You know, you got your Joe Manches, you got your Kirsten Cinemas that are assholes. You know, but for the most part, I'd say 98% or whatever are candidates and everything are pretty good. But I guess it's about perspective or whatever. I guess if you're a Republican, you probably think the same thing. You probably think, yeah, we got a couple shitholes, but 98% of our people are pretty good. But I don't see how they could think Carrie Lake would be one of them, because she is disgusting. I mean, she's just as disgusting as Boebert and MTG, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't know. You know, at some point, you gotta say, I'm not voting for that person. But yeah, Ruben Gallegos over there in Arizona. Clato Barato Nitko says, JD Vance, are you saying the thousands of Catholic nuns in the USA that, and this is all caps, by the way. I guess I should say it louder. Are you saying the thousands of Catholic nuns in the USA that chose God over having babies, do they have mental problems? Just asking one Christian to another. And I'm sure that JD will probably watch the show, so you'll probably be getting an answer from JD at some point. I know it's all rhetorical, but so yeah, because I guess he's saying, like, if you don't have kids, that you're a cat lady, whatever. And so there's lots of nuns that don't have kids because they're supposedly not having sex. All that whole thing. So yeah. But JD, I don't think is a Catholic, so he doesn't even think about that probably. Rob 4419, Trump took a chance on Vance. How's that working out for him? The story that's going around is that he's not happy. He's not Crockett. Thank you, Crockett. Everyone's like, Crockett. Her name's Crockett. God damn it, Jasmine Crockett. I should know that. It'd be like, it's almost like I should remember that, like Davy Crockett, or something. I'm like Trump. I gotta do nicknames or something. Hey, it's Jasmine Davy Crockett. Anyhow, Big Hook says, at times it feels like America's greatest unlimited resource is uneducated, racist, faux white Christian nationalists who are fascists. Please vote blue and prove me wrong. Please, please, please. I don't know if it's an unlimited resource or not, but when you have a blowtorch like Fox News and right-wing media, right-wing radio, it certainly does, I think, make them look bigger than they are. Just like your side mirror, where it says, things look closer than they are, or whatever. Bad analogy. Anyhow, Azola Zin says, I would move to MTG's district to vote her out if y'all would help me. Yeah, but I would think we would need maybe a few thousand more of you. In a district, I don't know how big her district is, but I bet you it wouldn't take much, Isolde. I mean, it might only take 300 people to move there. I don't know. I haven't looked at all the numbers, but it might not be like thousands and thousands of people. It might just be a few hundred. Let's say, I don't know, 300 registered Democrats, move to her district, and I guess you have to re-register because you move, but you know what I mean. That might be all it takes. I don't know, but that would be interesting to get the numbers on that. And I've thought about those type of having that kind of a movement to try to change a state, because like states like Wyoming, where basically the San Fernando Valley in California has more population, about 3 times the population of Wyoming. And Wyoming is pretty much always, red state or whatever. Like, how much would it take to change that just by having Democrats move into that state? 10,000? 50,000 maybe? I don't know. I'm not really sure. And for like going to on a district level, and I don't know how big MTG's district is, it might be a small district. You might, maybe 100 or 200 or 500 Democrats could move in there and they could change the whole district. And I've thought about that before, about having a concerted effort, an actual effort where you try to get people, you raise funds or whatever, and you try to help people with moving expenses to move into these districts or into states like Wyoming. And hey, Wyoming, it's basically windy and cold all year long, but there's some beautiful parts of Wyoming, and you can build yourself land is relatively cheap, and you can build a house. Just build yourself a nice house and just stay in your house all day, and you don't have to deal with the goddamn wind. Anyhow, but that is a Zolda said, that is not just a throwaway thought. It's actually a good idea. Where we have, it'd be our own way of fighting gerrymandering in a way. Where we have so many Democrats in one area and we need to go to another area. Maybe we could have some sort of, movement or something where we gather the funds so we can move people, Anyhow, it's something, I've thought about that before. I've thought about that in the past. Butterflies are free. That's one reason Kelly is out for VP. We can't give up the seat. But then they're saying that it's a Democratic governor. She would appoint a Democrat. And then I was thinking, well, won't they have to have a special election? And then, I don't know, someone was saying in Arizona they don't do that. They would just wait till the next election or whatever. So I don't know. But yeah, it's a good question. Butterflies are free. That's a good thing to think about and to find out about. Roxanne, Big Hook. It's just because they are the loudmouths. They're the squeaky wheels. Klato Baratanitko says, Kamala, thanks for stepping up the attack on Trump. Please, just next time. Oh, Klato's in all caps. I forget. I should probably yell it, but anyhow. Please just next time add that he is a scared little bitch. Not to debate me. Well, she kind of said that in there, in their own way. Michael McAndrews, Dumpy belongs in prison, and he might be going there. I'm hoping he will be. Azul Zin says, also, isn't MTG a childless cat lady? I don't know. I thought she had kids. Tom Bias, Shady Pants, JD Vance is Hindu. His wife might be Hindu, but he's not Hindu. Klotobarata Nitko says, butterflies are free. Yes, we are paying a chess game. Nick Rich says, I remember when Don Old compared himself to Elvis. We were calling him Smell. We were calling him Smell is back then. Oh, we were calling him Smelvis. That makes a lot more sense than Smell is back. Mish says, nuns are under a vow of poverty and to not make enough money to pay taxes. Those sneaky nuns. Big Hook says, do you have all your documentation ready in case someone challenges your right to vote? Don't leave it too late. The absentee ballot deadline is a few days away, and if I'm not wrong, 90 days from vote. Yeah, just stay on it, people. Stay on it. Make sure you're able to vote. Midas Kevin says, butterflies are free this summer, coming to a fantasy near you. Rashida Tlaib stars as Rashida Tubbs, and Jasmine Crockett stars as Sonny Crockett in the all-new Miami Vice Girl Power. That's kind of funny. It was just kind of funny. Paul Sharkey Mannion says, "Oh, Carrie Lake made herself look stupid. If that's possible." Talking to BBC reporter Emily Makepeace this week. Hilarious. Check it out on YouTube. Yeah, she always gets on there and she's always like, she won't answer the question. She'll just ask a question Misha, I think she has 3 grown children. Yeah, I think she does. Talking about MTG. Kalato Barada Nico says, Kamala, we do need to go after people's emotional feelings than just their logic to get their votes. Bring up that Trump said people will not have to vote anymore after he fixes it. No more voting. Steve Sayers, America is flush with natural resources. Bullshit's number 1. Nick Rich is saying buffering for just a second. I guess it happens. It happens. Hey, D. Himpress is here. Hola. Respect. Good to see you, D. Himpress. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking in. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Hang out for a while, get to know us, and hope you give me a thumbs up, maybe a share, maybe a subscribe. Be nice. Big Hook once again reminding us about I always want to say the big blue voter guide, but it's not called the Big Blue Voter Guide. It's just the Blue Voter Guide. It's also a great resource for your state and local elections. The database is easy to navigate and let you know which DAs and sheriffs to elect. Same for school boards. That's a great resource. Big Blue Voter Guide. And I know last show, Jolie put the link, and I always forget if it's .org or .com or .gov. I don't remember. Maybe Big Hook could tell us. Michael Reich is here. Berkshire Hathaway sells Apple stock, increasing cash holdings to $227 billion. Something is about to happen. Now, apparently the stock market dropped about 600 points, or was it 1,000 points? I think that's what happened. And the right-wingers, the maggots, were all like, see? Meanwhile, we're still at the highest levels we've ever seen. You know, Klato Barato Nitko says, hashtag Trucker John. I know you have been asked before, but who do you like for VP? I was just talking about it. It must have been just before you came on here. I didn't say exactly who. I said who my top 3 were, I guess. And I said, who did I say? I said, I like Andy Bashir, and I like Shapiro, and I like Tim Walz. I think is my top 3. I also like Mark Kelly. I also like Pete Buttigieg. But those are sort of the dark horses, I guess, or whatever. I guess there's a difference there is a difference of who I think it will be and who I like the best. Who I think it will be I don't know. It's going to be one of those top three, I think. Bashir's, Shapiro, or Walz. Who do I like the best for VP? I don't know, because I think really any of those 5 names that I mentioned would all make great choices, would all be great VPs. So I don't know who my favorite is. I think maybe Bashir's is my favorite. But I don't know. D. Himper says, give thanks. Blessed weekend, Roxanne. Claudio Brado, yes, I checked online. I'm in Los Angeles. Oh, you checked your your voter registration and all that stuff. That's good. Make sure you register. Keep up on it. Nick Rich says, what will happen if I delete a comment as John reads it? Let's find out. Well, I guess it will disappear and I won't be able to read it. Well, I might stop mid-sentence. Rob4419 says, I think whoever the VP pick is simply another positive for us. It says, in case you were interested, Nick, it says, message retracted. Michael Reich I don't know. I shouldn't pronounce it that way, I guess. Says at Roxanne Armfield, I'm 2 people now. I could clone my own army. Oh boy. Attack of the Clones. Roxanne says, sorry for the glitch, Michael Reich. Butterflies are free. Says the recent stupid move the Republicans made was not pass the expanded child care tax credit. Bad chess move, shaking my head. They could care less about Americans, and they prove it all the time. It is a bad chess move, I think, because it's just going to peel away some more people, probably. Not all of them, because a lot of them are like, they're just like, because it has the word tax, and they don't really look at, what it does, and they just hear the word tax, and they're like, we're not going to do that. The Democrats are all about taxes, even though they don't know that this is a tax credit, that lowers your taxes. But there's, we'll see how that turns out, I guess. Like I said, Trump is going to get his ass kicked anyhow. So. Paul Sharkey Manny says, you have to keep the pressure on Trump and the Magaloons. But at the moment, they keep shouting themselves they keep shooting themselves in the foot. They're not shouting, they're shooting themselves in the foot. That was me misreading, by the way. That was not a typo. That was me misreading. You can bet. I should have changed voices there. You can bet they'll try something nasty soon, and it will backfire. Oh, their wheels are spinning. They're trying to think of something. They want an October surprise. They want to do all this, but I don't know if there's really getting anything around that. The momentum, the Kamala momentum here. Tom Bias, not going back. We're not going back. Claudio Barato Nico says, Trucker John, maybe I should ask what person for VP would be best to get more votes and win. Well, I think I've heard people analyze that. Now, Cooper, I guess, is out, and I thought Cooper would have got a lot of votes, would have brought a lot of votes. I think Brashear brings the southern votes, the southern region. I think Shapiro gets Pennsylvania, which is like a key swing state, so that's really important. I'm not sure what Mark Kelly brings, other than the astronaut lovers. Everyone's always like, he's an astronaut. So apparently there's a big astronaut contingent. But I think Shapiro and Beshears probably bring the most help, and Shapiro might be the most beneficial because of Pennsylvania. That's really so vital. But I think Beshears brings a lot of the southern states. And there are those 2 strategies. I don't know if you saw, who was it? It was maybe a few people have talked about, there's the that those different walls where you got the big blue wall and you got the sort of the southern states wall. And so which one is more important? Shapiro actually might be the more important one. Jolie drops that link there to bluevoterguide.org. God, for God's sakes, I got to remember it's .org. And Mike says, yes, check your registration status. Indiana routinely kicks me off. Yeah, if you're in a state like Indiana, if you're a Democrat and you're in a red state, definitely, absolutely. I mean, everyone should be doing it, but definitely if you're in like Indiana. Nick says, John's getting better at keeping up with the chat. That's because I skip over a lot of them now, a lot more now. And like I said, if I skip over something you said in a chat, don't take it personally. It's just I can't read all of it. Otherwise, I'd be 20 minutes behind. And if it's really something you really, really want me, if I overlooked it and you really, 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 really want me to address it, then you can go ahead and post it again. Now, I don't want you like spamming the chat. But like I said, if there was something you really, really want to talk about, and I skipped over it because it's because I didn't see it, then you can repost it. Anyhow, Michael Reich says, you said it right. Everybody is afraid to. War's been over for a long time. I'm not sure what that was about. Butterflies are free. I know, Roxanne. They make me sick. The people are supposed to care about. Another lie with big consequences. Steve Sayers says Shapiro went up against some pretty big guys in court. Rob 4419 Moonies Loonies, same difference. Mish says yes, he is. Thumbs up. I guess that's talking about me staying caught up. Tim Nelson, I check my registration every 6 months, and you might want to, since we're getting close to the election, check it every day. I don't know, not every day, but you know, like I wouldn't wait another 6 months at this point. Ozola Zen says Harris Kelly is also a really good bumper sticker. I guess it's, you know, it fits better maybe. Diane Capabianco says it's hilarious. Trump only wants to debate VP Harris on Fox. Fox is his safe space. He knows the moderators will baby him and let him scream his BS and not let VP Harris speak. Yeah, it's like it says in the letter there. What happened to the any place, anywhere, anytime? Donald. I thought you were the anytime, any place, anywhere guy. Apparently not. You only want Fox News. So I say, Kamala, show up. And if Trump doesn't show up, you can just speak for 2 hours on all your issues, all your policy positions, unabated. Michael Reich says, Stephen Sayers, the idiots think that because of my name, I'm sympathetic to their cause. Oh, the joy of correcting them. Yeah, because you're like, the Reich. Jolie says, Trucker John has channel membership, super chats, and you can support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing. And you can also buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. Nick Rich says, question. Nick Rich says, emojis can attract your eye. Hey, Mr. Spock, live long and prosper. You old Vulcan, you. Says, howdy, everybody. It started raining. Hope you packed your umbrella with you. Mish says, Brad Raffensperger set up a site to easily unregister to vote. Definitely keep your eye on your registration in all states. Easily to unregister the vote? Isn't Brad Raffensperger the guy from Georgia who kind of called out Trump for his using the violent rhetoric, and he was saying that's got to stop because people are going to get hurt, and then he does that. I mean, I know he was a Republican, but shit. Paul Sharkey Mannion says, I think Trump and his mob have burned nearly all of their bridges. Make America gracious again. That sounds a lot better. Do you agree? I do agree, Paul Mannion. Paul Sharkey Mannion. Make America gracious again. Yeah, I like that. Roxanne Orphan says, Michael Reich, I'm glad you have the time. Hey, here's J Ohio 107. Says, hello, Kamala played this Trump debate situation very well. The VP is going to be Josh Shapiro. I think you might be right. I think you might be right. Because that would get us Pennsylvania, and if she gets Pennsylvania, I think that's it. Game over, I think. Rob 4419, he's baffled now, caught between being a coward and acting like one. Right. That's right. Because he's too much of a coward to debate her. He doesn't want to debate her because he is a coward. and then not debating her, it really shows what a coward he is. And then try to say, well, I'll meet you just, on my home turf, basically, with my home field advantage, my home crowd over at Fox. I don't think that does much to dissuade the image of his cowardice. Michael Reich says, as Steven Sayers, see, it happens so often that when you posted on the good side, I thought you were referring to me. Got to work on my paranoia. I hope you understand. Well, it may have pertained to both. As old as in, I just need 11,780 votes. It was a perfect phone call, too, by the way. Mish says he is the one who was told to find him the votes. Yep. Well, no. Wait. Oh, was Raffensperger? Then he would be the state AG. The other guy who came out and saying to stop the rhetoric, the violent rhetoric, what was his name? Because there's two different people. And he was in charge of the voting machines or whatever, right? Rob 44 minutes on tape, Nixon flashback. Diane Capobianco, Elon Musk is trying to interfere with the election, set up a super PAC to help. But then, is that the super PAC where he said he was gonna contribute $45 million a month? And he backed out of that after he saw how much Kamala Harris was just kicking ass. Elon Musk backed out of that deal, as far as I know. Big Hook says, please, if you can, vote early, then check and make sure your vote was counted. These guys can deny your vote if they think your signature doesn't match. Then you have time to prove it's you and true. Yeah, that's true. Like here in Nevada, I can check my vote when I mail it in. I can go in and it'll say they received it. It'll say if they counted it or not. And that's here in Nevada. If you're in a state like Indiana or something, it might be a lot harder to do that. Because those red states, they don't want you to know. Michael Reich says Fox News hosted debate with an audience. Are they freaking serious? That's what Trump wants. He wants to debate on. He doesn't want to do the ABC one that he already agreed to. I mean, that was when Biden was president. So that's kind of his out. It was like, well, that was under Biden. That was in Biden. Who's president now? I don't even know who the president. Who's running for president. But yeah, he's trying to wiggle out of that one because he wants to go on Fox. So I say, okay, do both. Do the ABC one, where Kamala will, mop the floor with your fucking comb over, and then I think Kamala is brave enough and competent enough that she could withstand whatever they do at Fox, unless it's just totally wacky and crazy. I mean, she would have to have some stipulations there. Okay, I'll go to Fox, but it's going to be, A, B, and C that you do this or that or whatever, I mean, it can't just be because he wants to do like a town hall style where he can just load the audience up with maggots. So I think, she would have to say, no. There's going to be some vetting here, or whatever. But yeah, it shouldn't really even be in front of an audience at all. So there should be no clapping for one candidate and all that kind of shit. It should just be the way they did the last one. No audience. They should probably let the National Association of Black Journalists do it. So moderate it, I'm about an hour and a half in, and this is when it starts getting warm in here. Diane Capobianco says, I think if VP Harris doesn't get Arizona and Nevada but gets Pennsylvania, it should be okay. Yeah, I think so too. And I wish I would have got a clip of it. But the polling, it shows all these states have flipped. All the states that Trump was leading Biden by, and even though it was close, and he was leading by one or two things, it's all flipped. It's all flipped to Harris. Even my state here, where I'm at in Nevada, it had Trump leading, and I was really pissed off about it. I was like, "Come on, Nevadans, what the fuck?" And now with Harris running, that's flipped around. Mish says Gabriel Sterling. Yeah, Gabriel Sterling was the one. Okay, it was Sterling. Okay, who called for the stop of the violence. Yeah, and okay, so Sterling, and he's a Republican, but and he was in charge, I guess, of the voting machines and all that kind of stuff. Of placing them and maintaining them or whatever. And he had like maintenance crews. And he was like saying, "Hey, I've got like IT guys that are going in and checking these machines, and they're catching shit, and they're just an IT guy just doing his job, and he's getting threats, thrown at violent threats against him." And that's when Sterling came out and said, "This gotta stop, because you're gonna get one of my people killed here." That's the guy I was thinking of. So yeah, I guess Raffensperger, he was the guy on the call, and that Trump was saying, "I need the 11,780 votes. Come on, you can do it. What? Come on, just do it. I need it." Let's see. There's Fafa Flippers in here. I've never seen Fafa Flipper before. Thanks for being here, by the way. It says the audience are the millions of people watching at home. But on the Fox 1 Fafa Flipper, Trump wants a live audience. He wants a live audience that he can stack full of maggots. Just saying. I'm just clarifying that. J Ohio 107, Ohio. Thanks for being here. By the way, don't trust Fox and Trump. If I was Kamala, I would say no. I don't care if I got press about it. Well, but yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I was just speculating about that. I know she's going to show up. You can see this letter right here, right over here. She's going to go to the ABC one. It's already been scheduled, and ABC says, yeah, we're still going to carry it, whether one or two show up. So she's going to the ABC one, and there's not going to be a live audience, I believe, right? It's just going to be debate stage and the moderators. And she's going to show up whether or not Trump shows up or not. Okay, that's one debate. And then the other thing is Trump wants to cancel this one and do a Fox one with a live audience. He calls it Town Square style, which means they'll pack the audience with maggots, and they'll have Fox News people as moderators. So that's what he wants. But Kamala's like, I'll be here on the September one at ABC. That's the one we agreed to. That's what we're going to do. Michael or Butterflies Are Free says Tina Peters' trial just started in Colorado. The Big Lie and the Fake Electors, a web of lies. Oh yeah, that was right. That was right. Isn't she the one where she got the key card and she let somebody in and all that kind of stuff? Michael Wright, Kamala has got the kids motivated. This is huge. If they really show up in the numbers we've been waiting for, it will change everything. And yes, they are coming on board. They're excited. They like, they like Kamala. They like the youthfulness and the energy that she brings, and even to the point where David Hogg's group, which I can't remember the name of right now, but from the kids that were at Marjorie, whatever, Marjorie Stonehenge. I shouldn't make fun of it, but the school in Florida that were, what was it, 17 students were killed, all that kind of stuff. They created a movement, an organization, and they've never, I don't think they've ever endorsed anyone. Of course, they haven't been around for a lot of elections, but they never did endorse anyone, and now I think they've come out and endorsed Kamala Harris. That's how excited they are about Kamala. Diane Campiano says, don't trust the polls completely. Yeah, I know. We all thought Hillary was going to win. Yeah, you take those with a grain of salt, but still, we doesn't take away from the fact that we're seeing the change. But yeah, we can't take it for granted, and we still got to vote. That's for sure. Butterflies are free. If Jessica Tarloff is there on Fox, I'm all in. She's a badass. That's what they probably won't put her in there. Tim Farrell, Fox News, and no fact checking allowed. Pamela, by the way, hi Tim Farrell. I think that's our second Tim, our other Tim. Tim Nelson was here earlier. Tim Farrell is here, so still got some Tim representation. Pamela says, hello everyone. Just got back from home from running errands and make sure I am ready for whatever the weather does. Oh yeah, Pamela's got a hurricane coming. Yeah, get hunkered down. Get your supplies ready. Get your flashlight batteries ready. All that stuff. Make sure you got toilet paper. And just stay safe. J Ohio 107 says, I think there will be no debate. Trump will probably do a Fox town hall instead with easy questions. So maybe that's what's going to happen, Jay. Like, Kamala's going to show up at the ABC one all by herself. And she's going to get 2 hours to just tell America what her policy positions are and everything. And then maybe Trump will just show up to the Fox one. And he'll have 2 hours to just spew his same old, Hannibal Lecter. Oh, the great late Hannibal Lecter. Maybe they should just let him do that. Let America see, on that national platform, what a fucking nutball he is. Just let him go up there for 2 hours. People will be, they're going to be having drool coming out. They're going to be like, oh, what the fuck? So we'll see. Mr. Spock, Kamala has a decent rear naked choke. Okay. Ask says, Katie Ledecky just made history with her 4th gold. Thanks for that Olympic update. You may have spoiled it. That might be a spoiler alert because they don't show that shit until the night, right? Well, yeah, but thanks for... Congratulations to Katie Ledecky. She's the greatest swimmer in American history, I think, at this point. Tim Nelson's here. Tim Nelson said, I want to see a debate mediated by Hal and Fugelsang. That would be great. It ain't going to happen, but that would be great. A guy can dream, can't he? Can't he? Rob 4419, he'll do, all he'll do is the same replay. Yeah, it'll be like, and I said this, and it was, the guy said it was the greatest. He never heard anyone say this before, but ever. Never said this before, but what if there was a battery? I don't know why I'm giving Trump an English accent all of a sudden. Trump should speak in an English accent. It would definitely be an improvement. Yeah. There's a battery, and you're on a boat, and it sinks, and there's this big battery over there, and there's a shark over there. I don't know. I don't know. Asks us St. Lucia's Julian Alfred stunned favorite. Oh, we're getting big. The big Olympic rundown here. Sha'Carri Richardson to win the Olympic women's 100-meter gold medal on Saturday, which is today, right? Azula Zin says yes. The juxtapose clips of them to show the obvious difference. Oh yeah, you could do that. Paul Sharky Mannion says, someone remind me, Trump did say all those things on live TV this week. Thought it was crazy, nightmare, dream, but it's true. Yeah, it's true. He did say all those crazy things about I'm the best president since Abraham Lincoln and all that shit. Yeah, it was not a dream, and it was not a nightmare. It was really, really on there. Big Hook says Fox News, phone news, factless news, bullshit propaganda network for Republicans, sponsored by billionaires who don't want to pay taxes. Yeah, the last one is accurate. Tim Farrell says Kamala will agree to the Fox one, and it will be a great move. Every time Mayor Pete goes on Fox, he swings voters. Kamala will show her fearlessness. Yeah, like I said, I think that she is brave enough and smart enough and quick-witted enough that even Fox News can't, rile her up or get her off her game or whatever. I think you're right, Tim. Roxanne says, so true, Big Hook. Nick Rich agreed. Tim Farrell, J Ohio 107, open borders. There, I just did a Trump debate. Fancy's here. Hey, Fancy, you were here earlier, right? Did you leave and you're back? But good to see Fancy here. Thanks for being here. Roxanne Armfield says, as long as they let her speak and not constantly interrupt her. Tim Farrell. Yeah, I think she would get her digs in. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Yeah, Pamela says Kamala won't back down from any of them. Michael Reich says, and what's with Trump's hands while he speaks? I say he played a concertina as a youth. I used to think an accordion, but that instrument is much too complex for him. Yeah, I always think of the Who song, Daddy's Got a Squeeze Box, because they call those squeeze boxes, those little concertinas, because he's always like, yeah. So that's the thing. That is the thing, man. Hey, I just thought I'd drop in to say hello real quick. Just a quick hello. Everybody, hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing good. I hope you guys are doing good. Hope everyone's doing good. And just, hey man, just relax. Chill out for a little bit. It's a Saturday, man. We're going to relax. Maybe go watch some Olympics on TV. Go USA. And go, all of them. They're all great athletes from all over the world. I just love it. I love it. I love watching it. I love seeing everyone competing and being good sports about it. It's a great thing. And so I hope you guys are having a good Saturday here, wherever you're at. And if you're in a hurricane zone, hunker down. Stay safe out there. And make sure you guys vote. Check your voter registration, voter.org. All that good stuff. And just remember, the purple states are the best states. I don't know about all this vote blue, but purple states are the prettiest. I like them the best. But I do vote blue, just so you know. That was really kind of a joke about purple, because you can see I like purple a lot. So, but anyhow, a purple state. And then I'll say this. I will say this much: a purple state's better than a red state, huh? A purple state's better than a red state. So all you red states out there, we're gonna turn you purple. Before blue, probably. I'm just saying. Anyhow, I hope you guys are having a good day, having a good time. And I'll see you later. I gotta go. I'm gonna go do something. I don't know. Yeah, all right, you go. You get out of here, purple beard guy. What's this bullshit? Hey, vote blue no matter who. Come on. That's purple bullshit. Vote blue if you know what's good for you. Vote blue. What did Trucker John say earlier? He said vote blue. I think he said vote blue all the way through. Something like that. Let's vote blue. Let's get the House. Let's get the Senate. Come on, people. Let's do this. No sitting around, resting on your laurels. Come on. We can do this. We can do it. We're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna send that Trump right to prison. That's what we're gonna do. Here's what I say. I say Trump prison 2024. That's what I'm all about. Lock him up. Lock that son of a bitch up. That's right, I said it. I said son of a bitch. Alright guys, I just want to wish you guys a happy Saturday. Alright, don't eat any tough cookies. They're not tough. They're not good. They break your teeth. Get the nice soft ones. The soft, moist, chewy ones. They're much better. Leave us tough cookies alone. For your own good. You know? You might be having to take a trip to the dentist's office, not for the sugar, but just for the hardness when you break your teeth. Alright? Just a little heads up. A little heads up on that. Alright, guys. Trucker John is telling me to leave, so fuck you, Trucker John. Alright, guys. I'll see you later. There they are. Special drop-in appearance by Paul the Beard Guy and Tough Cookie. You just never know when they're going to show up. You just never know, man. Pamela says, vote blue. It depends on you. I haven't heard that one before. I think I kind of like vote blue all the way through. Mr. Spock bonus, I found a bunch of mozzarella sticks in the freezer. I don't know why I'm going German with the mozzarella, which is Italian, but... Ash says, Trump prison 2024, absolutely. Eric Zimmerman, 20 to 24 years. Gerald Moraine, democracy depends on it. Fancy's laughing. Michael Reich says, a traitor to the Constitution. Donald Trump does not like the Constitution. They talk about being constitutional whatevers. He wants to tear up the Constitution into little tiny pieces and flush them down his golden toilet. That's what he wants to do. As old as in buy salty cookie. It's actually tough cookie. Janelle Walker's here. Good to see Janelle. Been doing a lot of lurking, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Big Hook. Nick Rich gets special cookie privileges. Roxanne Arfield, hello, Janelle Walker. Yes, hello, Janelle. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by the old Driver's Lounge, where we just kick it. We're just kicking it today. But we've been talking about some important issues. We've been talking about Kamala Harris's campaign and who she's going to pick for VP, and about the importance of voting and making sure you're registered. That's all important stuff. So I think we got some things accomplished here today. My work here is done. No. It's never done. Like I was saying on the previous live stream here, it really is never done. And the day after the election, after Kamala Harris kicks Trump's ass, I'm going to be right on it, people, 2026. I know, like I said earlier, before, I don't want to get out, jump, I don't know what I said. I don't want to, I know we shouldn't be counting our chickens before they're hatched and all that kind of stuff, but I really think Kamala is going to kick his ass. And I think we're going to get the House back, and I hope we keep the Senate and all that good stuff. But the day after the election, I'm going to start riding you guys about 2026. We cannot do this pendulum back and forth bullshit. We really fucked over Obama in 2010. We can't do that. We can't stay home. We got to vote. We got to elect good Democrats. We got to keep the numbers. If we get the numbers back in the majorities in the House and the Senate, we need to keep it, and we need to increase on them. So none of this not showing up in 2026. We need to hammer it into everyone's head. Everyone who votes and gets all excited about 2024, they need to keep that enthusiasm for voting, or at least, I mean, you don't have to be all, revved up for 2 years, but you got to at least vote. Make sure you vote in 2026. Make sure you vote again in 2028, of course. And then in 2030. I mean, it's not just a once every 4-year thing. It's every election, every time. Every special election, every whatever state primary or state elections you have. You vote. You show up and you vote. It's not just a once every 4-year thing. So I will keep harping on this. It's not going to be over in November. It's never over until the day you draw your last breath. Then it's over. But we keep voting. And I say, vote blue all the way through. That's what I say. Nick Rich, even trolls can't resist. Butterflies are free. Bye, everyone. All right, yeah, we're going to be signing off here in a few minutes. Thank you, Butterflies are free, for being here. I appreciate all you guys for being here. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys again on Tuesday. I'm going to wait 8 more minutes. I like to get a good 2 hours in before I actually sign off. But thanks for being here. Butterflies are free. Mike H. just finally got here. Nice of you to show up, Mike H. We're about 7 or 8 minutes away from signing off. But you know what? Like my dad always said, better late than never. Better late than never. David Windler is here. Good to see David. Tamara Price is here. See everyone later. I could not participate today. Too busy being a caretaker for my terminally ill hub. I'll watch the replay. Hey, man, whatever seconds I can get, I greatly appreciate it. You're going through some stuff there, I'm sure, that's way more important than being here. So thank you for even just coming in for that brief second. Thank you so much. And my best to your husband and for everything that he's going through. All of us, I'm sure, are sending our positive thoughts to your husband and to your family. Richard says voting should be made mandatory, like here in Australia. Yeah, I've heard that too. I'm not sure if I'm really for that because it's supposed to be freedom of choice. Maybe mandatory registration, where everyone just automatically is registered, every U.S. citizen, and you can choose what party you want to be in, or if you don't want to be affiliated with any party. I can see that, but mandatory voting, I don't know. Tom Bias says, I'll be voting blue in West Virginia, but no one cares. I care, Tom, and I think it's great. And you might be a little blue dot in a big red state, but it does matter. And if all the Democrats in West Virginia would vote, and vote for Democrats, of course, and even if you lose, but believe me, if you lose there's a big difference in the way the Republican Party will look at you if the Republicans only win by 5% or 10% as opposed to 20 or 30%. It does make a difference, believe it or not. It does let them know that, oh shit, we've got a lot of Democrats here. And so they might have to take you into consideration. So don't think your vote doesn't matter. And don't think you shouldn't encourage other Democrats in West Virginia to vote. There might be more Democrats there than you think. I'm not saying there's enough to turn it blue or anything like that, but there might be more Democrats there than you think. And you guys should get involved. Maybe, I don't know if you guys have an Indivisible group in West Virginia. If not, you should contact Indivisible and start one. That's a good organization. They have great, just great ways of setting up, getting Democrats together and to form groups and organizations and get some organizing going. And like I said, you might not turn West Virginia blue, but you might get their attention. You might get the Republicans' attention if they're only winning elections by 5 or 10%, like I said, as opposed to 20 or 30%. So don't discount your vote and the power you have in your vote and the power you have when you link together with other Democrats in your state. Because believe me, there's more there than you think, probably. Big Hook says, Mike H, that dog don't hunt. Christy Gnome has a gravel pit waiting. I guess I missed whatever Mike H said. He probably came in right off the bat with something. I don't know. And I don't care. But I'm glad Mike H is here. Thanks for being here, Mike H. Paul Sharkey Manning says, I think Trump played the bagpipes when he was a kid. I don't think he's done anything other than just be a douchebag. He played the douchebags as a kid, as an adult too. David Windler, hi Janelle, voting should be paid for $60. Yeah, I don't agree with that either. Roxanne, Mike H, hello. Richard, Paul, I believe Trump played the accordion. We've already talked about that. I think he played the squeeze box. Pamela says, at Tamara Price, you are welcome. Heartfelt feelings for you and your husband. Richard says, Kamala Harris is destined to become the first ever female POTUS. I believe so. I believe you're right, Richard. Fancy says November will be a wake-up call. And it's going to be Rovember, man. Paul Sharkey Mannion, buy all my TJ and fellow truckers, all the best for the week. Thank you, Paul Sharkey Mannion, for being here. Thanks for spending time with us and hanging out. It's always good to see you in the chat. Richard said Trump plays his invisible accordion. Yeah. Or a squeeze box. That's the concertina that someone had mentioned. Otherwise known as a squeeze box. An accordion would be more like this. He does this. This is more like the little concertina squeeze box. And he does this a lot. With his mouth. You fired? Huh? Anyhow. Not going back is what Nick Rich reminds us. That was a great moment, right? Where she said, she was just talking in a speech and that wasn't really supposed to be what it led to. It was just part of her speech. And then the crowd picked up on it, started chanting, we're not going back, we're not going back. And then it was a beautiful moment. We've had a lot of beautiful moments already, you know, it's just amazing. Amazing, this Kamala Harris campaign and just the enthusiasm and everything. It's just amazing. All the fundraising. What do we got? 95 days? 95 days, folks. And we will find out who the new president is. It's going to be a new president. I mean, you know, it could be a repeat of a president that we've had before, but there's going to be a change from the current president, right? That's for sure. We know that. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Kamala Harris in a big landslide. But I hate to say that because we don't want to get complacent and we don't want people to not show up because they think they don't have to. We all got to do it. We all got to do it. We all got to vote. Every last single one of us. Vote, vote, vote. Cannot be said enough. Richard said Kamala Harris is a breath of fresh air. Absolutely. Big Hook says vote blue if you want all your future decisions to be yours and not decided by politicians who want to control your life, especially your reproductive choices. Pamela says Trump has uncontrollable hand movements because of mental instability. Nick Rich kicked the fucking door down. Yeah, that was from an earlier not really a speech, but an earlier, like months ago, right? Was that like last summer or something, where she said that. Richard says, we are in Australia, would not put up with the likes of a Donald Trump type character. But you guys have had some pretty staunch right-wingers in your equivalent of the president, whatever you guys call him. Maybe not as, classless and idiotic as Trump, but you guys have had some right-wingers down there. David Windler voting free pizza in most states. I've never got any free pizza for voting. That's not fair. Where's my free pizza? Here in Nevada, we don't get free pizza. Paul Shruggy Band, he said, didn't say that he could play the bagpipes. He was terrible. Oh, so he did play them? Whatever. A joke that's gone awry. As well as this says, Richard, do you know of any good channels that criticize Sky News Australia? I just recently watched it, and it seemed as horrible as Fox News. Well, that's because it's owned by Rupert Murdoch, right? I believe. I think both of those are owned by Rupert Murdoch. Rob 4419, or it's a deflection, so not to hear his words. Oh, now I don't know if it's a deflection. I think it is more like what was it Pamela was saying, or I don't know if it's because of mental instability, which I think is definitely possible. But I don't think it's really a conscious thing where he's trying to distract. I think it's one of those unconscious things, because a lot of people use their hands when they stop. But he just is like overly exaggerated, and he's like, yeah, it is pretty mental, I think. Richard says Sky News Australia is owned by supporters of the Trump supporters. Supporters of the Trump supporters. Wouldn't that be Rupert Murdoch? I don't know. Richard says Fox News Network is owned by... I know that Fox News is owned by Rupert Murdoch, but I thought he also owned Sky News. Rupert Murdoch, a Trump supporter. Anyhow, I'm not going to get all involved with Australian politics and Australian newscasts. God love you guys down there. I wish you all the best in Australia. But yeah, just keep the faith down there and try to not vote for any Trump-like candidates. There, or here in America, or in the UK, or in Venezuela. Let's stop. And actually, down there in Venezuela, they actually didn't vote for the maggot wannabe or the Putin puppet. And he's got armed henchmen down there stealing the vote, actually stealing the ballots out of the polling places. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. And that's what we're trying to avoid here by electing Kamala Harris, getting her in office, and sending Trump to prison or off to obscurity where we will never have to deal with him ever again. Hopefully. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. Thank you so much for being here. We had a lot of people in here today chatting, and just you guys are a great chat. Great chat room, great driver's lounge. I really do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Saturday afternoon. We started off in the morning and an hour in the afternoon. So thanks for being here. I'll see you guys again Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Just remember, my times are Pacific, and you need to adjust accordingly. All right. I'll see you then. Thanks again, 2,000 subscribers. I do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Let's keep it going, keep it growing. Like, subscribe, and share. Get the show out. And let's just keep trying to get the message out of voting blue all the way through. Flipping seats and taking names. And let's just keep it up. Let's keep it going. Kamala Harris / anyone or whoever, 2024. We're going to find out real soon, though. We're going to find out probably maybe on Tuesday when I come on. We might know who the VP is by then. So we'll see. I'll see you guys Tuesday. You know me. You know me. I got to go. I've been sitting here. I'm getting kind of tight. The hammies are tightening up. I got to go stretch because I don't want to have I don't want to pull a hammy. You don't want to pull a hammy. Nope.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. Show has come to an end. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes. Might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes. But if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, it's time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should've stuck to truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream.